So this is the map here of the walled city of Cartagena. So figured I would kind of give you this overview of what we're looking at. So over here is the ocean, there's the bay. This over here is the clock tower. So we're gonna make a video of that over here on this promenade, and then we'll walk over this way. There is a church over here that has historical significance. We'll make our way down over here, and we'll end up over here on the embattlements, on the embankment where Drake landed his fleet when he invaded the city. But just to kind of show you the entire city, and everything in green is walled, and where I am staying, it's off of this map, but it's over this way. But you can clearly see like the entire city being walled off there. So I know it's not a great map, but it's the map that's here in the Airbnb, just to kind of give you a reference. So this statue or monument here is in honor of the people that fought and died for the independence of Cartagena in 1811. So it's made of marble. It's pretty interesting. Get a little closer shot of the plaque here. So this is headed to the clock tower, which will head that way. And what's interesting is like all of these buildings that are under construction here, or renovation, they have all of these like steel panels, right? So it's definitely one of those things that you get the sense it's going to be here for quite some time. So it's an old city, so there's a lot of like, here's the, I don't know if you can see that, but it's the like the National Theater of Cartagena, right? So it's been here for over 200 years. Some really old buildings here as well. They're probably going under renovation. And this over here, this building, is the convention center, which you can see there's this black wrought iron fence that goes around the whole entire perimeter, so you can't hang out there, right? So we'll go this way. This is the famous, I guess you can say, promenade, and that's the clock tower in front of us. Everybody knows that landmark. Unfortunately, it is one of those things that does have some dark history about it. Cartagena was the slave capital of the Americas for several hundred years, right? So off to the side over here is the port, and then they would store the slaves or house the slaves in Gethsemane, and then it would bring them to this area here for sale, right? So this is kind of the statue about commemorating the independence, 1811 to 1911, 100 years. And it's also the statue of the woman welcoming the sailors back home. There is some graffiti on statues here, as you can see. It's kind of a shame, but it is what it is, right? So, and over here is the port. It's part of the port. On the other side of this planters here is where the ships would come back. So just to walk and talk a little bit here. I know it's a little bit shaky. I do apologize for that. I will say the vendors here are pretty aggressive, right? So what you read online is accurate. Everybody will sell you sunglasses. You're wearing sunglasses. They'll sell you some trinket or some charm or something like that, right? Everybody wants to sell you a tour. It's interesting. It goes from like have our lunch or dinner to you want some weed, you want some cocaine, you want something else, this, that. So best thing you can do is ignore them, tell them no thank you, and just keep on moving. Don't make eye contact. It's a little rude, but it's kind of how it has to be, right? So anyway, you can see this is part of the walled city. So I put some information. This is kind of inside of the clock tower. This is just where we were. And the other thing, we'll see how this goes. The other thing that's really aggressive over here, this is a pretty good bar, Clock Tower Pub. It's a good place to get a beer. The other thing that's pretty annoying are the fruit ladies here. So if you take a photo of them, you have to pay them. So super, super annoying. I don't know if they'll like being filmed or not. We're going to see how this goes. This is the statue of Pedro de Heredia, the founder of Cartagena. He was a conquistador. Fortunately, a lot of negative things, looting graves of the natives here and everything. So I'll put a link in the description if you do want to read up on it on Wikipedia. I will say what I did find kind of shocking in my research was that he looted the local Calamaki Indians that were here, looted their graves, and he found a porcupine that was 145 pounds of gold, solid. Stole it, took it back to Spain, right? Anyway, so some other things to know if you do come here. So they have rooftop bars here. So the cost of a beer up here is 30,000 pesos, $10. Crazy. You go over here, and there's a little bar. There's a sitting area over here. 8,000 pesos. So, point is, and is it that much better up there? No, not to me, but to each their own. So this is that sitting area for the bar. It's kind of rainy today, so not a whole lot of people out, but you sit here. It's right across from the cafe bar Donde Fidel, and it's also right next door to the Hard Rock Cafe. Some people like the Hard Rock, some don't. To each their own, right? And if you need to know, there are bathrooms over here, and it's actually safe, it's clean, you don't have to worry about that, right? So you can see the cathedral in the back, so that's where we're going to go next. So here's the Hard Rock Cafe. Some people do travel all over the world to capture these, so it's never really been my thing. I've never been into the $13 hamburger. So here is the cathedral that was erected in honor of San Pedro Claver. So he was put some information here on the screen, and just looking a little bit over there, you can see. We'll just zoom in a little bit. Those are those fruit ladies it's talking about. They walk around, they'll stand in front of your photos. Super, super aggressive, right? So anyway, so that's kind of that. So we'll move on because it's starting to rain. So this is on top of the wall, which is pretty nice that you can actually still walk around up here. Not many places, such as in Mexico, you're just not able to climb pyramids or things like that anymore. So these are some of the original cannons. These are not reproductions that they have. So it's a pretty impressive. So gives you a good view of the bay off in the distance. We'll zoom in on that. So in the distance over here, that's Boca Grande, and you can see over here is like the shipping containers, where the ports and everything. So there's an old reproduction galleon over there, someone's yacht. So really, and this building over here is the convention center. So we were at the other side of it before. So we'll see. We'll walk over this way, see what else we can find.